Yes. Is this better? Am I okay? I appear brighter. There's a distinction. Oh, so is there some problem? Ah, okei. Ei mulla ollut enempää kaapeleita. Onko siellä monoswitchi päällä? And now we have some audience questions to Antti, whether the sound is coming from the center or from on the other ear. Please respond. Is there a lag? Okay. I was hoping for negative lag. Mut tuleeko se kummastakin? Siis tää? Vielä vasemmalta. Okei. Okay. So we will have to play music. Okei. Okay. Ohjelma pitää käynnistää uudelleen, että asetukset tulevat voimaan. Mutta siellä on nelonen, jolla se ilmeisesti toimii. Kutosella se ei näköjään toimi. Tai sit siinä oli joku transientti siitä, että mulla oli siellä jotkut random neloset. Okei, tuleeko kummastakin, Antti? Kop, testing. Tulee täydellinen stereokuva.
Kuuluuko siihen? And we have these portable mics as well.
Kyllä se toimii.
Yep. This one works. But not for long. Tästä on varmaan akku. Tässä on tällainenkin.
Yeah. Perhaps you should turn it on.
Hei, testaa toimiks.
I don't know how this works. Joo. This works.
Something works. Yläkerta testaa. Ravintola testaa. Aula testaa. Sali testaa. All right, good morning everyone and welcome to TREX Workshop 2015. So, as you all hopefully know, TREX is an internet exchange point here in Tampere, and we host this event every year for ISPs and ISP-minded people. And well, this year we don't have a single topic, we have a lot of varied topics. And the first topic, let me see if I can get this to... no. So the first topic is the national IPv6 launch, which is spearheaded by the national Finnish Communications Regulatory Authority, and Klaus Nieminen from Ficora will be giving the first presentation. And about the network, we have this information here that we have a network. Where is it? Is it missing? Yeah, I guess it's missing right now. But the thing is that the network is still a bit under construction, and we will try to get it working until on the first by the first break. But now, I guess without... Oh yeah, one more thing. There's another event going on, or it's some sort of a course going on in the next room, and they have their coffee in front of their door. So those are their things, don't touch them. The stuff in the center of the lobby is our stuff. So you can eat and drink all of that. I guess that's the most important bits. So let's get to the first presentation. Klaus, can you come up? Käyttää joko tätä tai tätä tai tuollainen. Okei. Tämä on vähän erinäköinen. Ja vääränlaiseksi. Mitä? No laita siellä.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm Klaus Nieminen from Ficora or Viestintävirasto, and I'm yet again here to talk about the IPv6. This time, well, I'm actually quite happy to say that I mean, currently it's here. Finally, it's here. We are not anymore talking about IPv6 is coming in next 3-5 years, as we have been doing for something like 10 years by now. Okay, then we are not arranging this event alone, so I have to thank our partners. Here, for example, Jorma and Aleksi, who has been helping us greatly to arrange this national launch, and also the seminar I'm going to talk to you a bit later. So, thanks. Then to the background. I think all of you know that the IPv6 traffic is currently increasing really fast. Well, the situation is quite uneven. So basically, there are a bunch of bigger ISPs around the world that are, those networks, most of the IP6 traffic is originating. And in those networks, we have numbers like 50 to 70% of the total traffic is IPv6 traffic. So that's actually happening now, and it's the majority. That also means that the situation in some other networks, well, the IPv6 is still quite non-existent in many networks and many countries. And that has also been case in Finland. So till this spring, the figure of the share of the IPv6 traffic in Finland, that has been really flat, below 0.5% according to the Google statistics and measurements. And that's the thing we want to change. So, well, according to the Google, around 6 and top, nearly 7% of the traffic coming to the Google services is IPv6. Finland, it was below 0.5. We want to have a clear increase. We want to have our ISPs and content and web service providers to enable IPv6. And I think that's going to happen. So let's continue to the next slides. I think, let's see, small still. Not really optimal this way, but I hope we can manage. Nope. Okay, that's probably the best I can do. Well, the national launch is in a few weeks, 9th of June. And I'm proud to present our participants, also from the ISP side and content and web service provider side. I think you are probably quite interested to hear what are the promises those ISPs has given. So for example, DNA and Elisa, they are both enabling IPv6 in their mobile networks. The other ISPs listed here, plus the DNA, they have promised to enable IPv6 in certain selection of their subscriptions and the access technologies in a fixed side. And my estimation is that we are going to reach something close to 5 million subscriptions by the launch date, where the IPv6 will be enabled. I mean really enabled, because there are a lot of, in some end user equipment, they support IPv6 automatically. That means the end users start using IPv6, then it's enabled in the network and in the subscriptions. However, there are plenty of equipment that need to be configured and plenty of equipment that don't support IPv6 at all. So we are not going to see 5 million subscriptions or subscribers using IPv6 on that date, but certainly a nice amount of subscribers and traffic from 9th of June. And my own conclusion is that we could be quite happy with the results, especially because those ISPs, they have promised to continue to deploy IPv6 in their networks, also for other subscriptions and other access technologies. So we are going to reach more close to the 100%, at least on those networks. And I definitely encourage also other ISPs to join the club. Then about the content and web service providers, as you can see, there are plenty of web hosting, virtual server providers, and then those companies turn on IPv6 in their services. Definitely many of their customers have the capability to also offer IPv6 services. Also from our side, I can tell that .fi has been supporting IPv6 for some time. So basically the enablers are there. And we are now seeing some big content and web service providers to participate, MTV, Iltalehti, Fonecta, Yle, and we are hoping to see also that this side of the industry is actually taking IPv6 into the use. Okay, then how you can participate? There are some certain rules you have to fulfill. First of all, you have to enable IPv6 permanently in your broadband subscriptions, content or web services. And well, one thing is that for the ISPs, you have to enable IPv6 automatically, meaning that it's not enough if you are saying that, okay, I can provide IPv6 to all those subscribers who ask for it. No, you have to put it on to all of your subscribers that actually make it happen. And well, of course, there are limitations. Many companies weren't able to implement IPv6 or deploy IPv6 to all of the subscribers and access technologies or services. So you can choose. You can, well, come with what you are ready to do. Basically, well, if you have problems with DSL, you can join with Ethernet or fiber or in the mobile networks. So we are having this kind of phased approach. So we want companies to participate and then continue the deployment. Then the other technologies and services are ready. And one important thing is that, well, the launch date is 9th of June. However, the website and project will be ongoing. So you can all of you can join later. Just, well, go to the website. There are a few links there. See the information and send your participation. That's a challenge for you. Then about the seminar. It's not only we are having a launch date, 9th of June. We're also having a nice seminar in Helsinki, Pasila, in Yle premises. And well, that's of course, first of all, it's free of charge. So you can check there the participation link and register yourself. However, if you are not able to travel to Helsinki, so you can watch this seminar from Yle Areena. And the presentations will also be available from our website. So if you are interested, there are a lot of information about that. And well, unfortunately, the event is mainly in Finnish. So here's the program. The Kivinen is opening the seminar. I have a short talk there. Then we have a keynote presentations from RIPE NCC. And when they are going to have the launch experiences from the DNA, Sonera, and Yle. And Jari Arkko promised to chair the panel. So we are going to have a nice discussion in the event about the challenges, main findings. And in the end, the Jari Arkko also promised to give IoT presentation in the seminar. And after that, you can join the buffet. So that's this kind of quite a quick wrap up about the event. So we want you to take IPv6 into use. There are instructions, more information, and if you have any questions or comments, so please ask me during this event. I will be here till evening. Okay, thank you. By the way, still one thing. The deadline for registration for the seminar is this Friday. So if you are interested, please remember that. And the currently, Aksu just asked me about which subscriptions and technologies are working currently. Well, basically, for example, DNA, you find the information from the web link I had in my presentations, or dna.fi/IPv6. Elisa is also going to have the same link. I think I don't know if it's yet functional, but there's more information about the subscriptions and the equipment that work.
All right, so the next presentation is going to be by Alcatel. So one of our sponsors this year, and I forgot to thank all of our sponsors. So our platinum sponsor is MRV, and they will have their own presentation later. And then we have 4 smaller or basic sponsors, some of whom will be making short lightning talks. And then Eliza has provided our network. We are still working on it. But the live stream, for example, already works. And RIPE NCC is also supporting us as a community. So everyone give a big hand to all our sponsors. And one of our sponsors is Net Nordic, and they are representing Alcatel-Lucent in Finland, so Alcatel-Lucent will be giving Net Nordic's presentation.
Tässä oli jonkinlainen sekainen näppyläkin. Jopa se näkyy tostakin.
Tätä vai tätä?
Tää voisi olla itse asiassa.
Okei.
Hirveän kauan viihy, mutta...
Niin. Saat sen päälle, sanot pari sanaa pois.
Kuuluuko mitä? Halo. Onko yhtään parempi? Kop. Joo. Ehkä mä huuan sitten. Alko, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okei, no niin, lähtee toimimaan. Eli mun nimi on Ahola Hannu Alcatel-Lucentilta ja tosiaan tässä eventissä me ollaan yhdessä Net Nordicin kanssa. Jani ja Pasi on tuolla yleisössä, käsiä pystyy. Niin sorry, let's swap to English. So indeed, in this event we are together with Net Nordic, Jan and Pasi standing over there. So you know also who to bother during the event and especially on evening. We have had actually the quite good partnership with last year, so that's a reason we are here together, presenting the Net Nordic and of course the Alcatel-Lucent. Indeed, it's Alcatel-Lucent, so it's not Nokia, at least not yet. We'll see what happens on that front. So today's topic, if I manage to get this working, okay, let's do it this way. So I am actually going to talk about the latest interface enhancement, what we are actually launching now with the latest SROS release 13. And to be honest, I mean, talking about 100 gig interface in this forum would be way too boring. So I'm not going to talk about the 100 gig interfaces as such. But there's something interesting happening on the market and in Alcatel portfolio. And as Alex was saying, we are the sponsor. I took the liberty showing the portfolio as well. Just pointing out these 2 boxes in the middle, A8, A4. That actually fits quite perfectly in the Nordic markets, and of course the XRS product portfolio for the core. But then to the topic itself. This is actually the foundation of the development what I'm actually going to share today. this actually is the chart of our FlexPath technology, where 2003 already we came up the chipset that is able to do the 10 gig wire speed with services, and on that time it was the let's say breaking technology. That was something that nobody else could do. Okay, in 2007 we came up with the FlexPath 2, doing the same thing with the 100 gig traffic, and 2011 we made the same with the FP3, able to do the 400 gig with services, all the bells and whistles configured. And from the let's say the years or the year numbers, you might able to guess that what will happen in let's say quite near future, but I leave it for now. Anyhow, this is the, like I said, the foundation of actually the interface what we created for our biggest platforms, which is actually 400 gig clear channel interface. So indeed, now we have an interface that can have or can deliver 400 gig speed in single interface, and indeed clear channel. So it can actually handle 400 gig single flow. And this, we believe that it's something special in the market, and the way how we actually have implemented this is over the DVDM. Well, basically the reason for that is that there's no such thing like the Ethernet-based 400 gig pluggable optics or whatsoever. So we had to find a way to go over around that, let's say, the challenge. And because Alcatel-Lucent is also having a big department on the IP, the optical side, they came up together with the solution where we actually integrate the optics, tunable optics on a line card, and therefore we can deliver this 400 gig clear channel interface. The technology behind this line card is actually the FP3 chip. So that is the one of the enablers how we can actually do this. Well, you saw the year that we came out with the FP3 already 2011. So as such, for us, it wasn't really let's say the major challenge to be able to deliver 400 gig clear channel. Of course, the optical side is something to think about, but yeah, these two things. Also, the other advantage is that we have been delivering this so-called 400 gig full duplex line cards for years now. Well, actually since 2011. So the forwarding complex and the network processor and that kind of side remains the same. It's just to develop the correct interface on the well, to connect to the outside world. And the same thing happens whenever this 400 gig Ethernet-based the optics is available. So it's just a matter of the swapping the interface side of the line card. The forwarding complex can remain the same. Of course, you can argue that where you actually need this kind of interface. Well, for sure, everybody knows that the traffic rates growth, and even in Finland, in operator networks, we are bundling multiple 100 gig interfaces already. And for example, the mobile traffic growth is so huge in Finland at the moment that will be the trend for coming years as well. So actually, a capability to start using the 400 gig interfaces and maybe in the future start bundling them is something that is well, should at least be a quite interesting topic. And of course, like today, the most, let's say, interesting use case is to, let's say, the traditional one where you have maybe two data centers quite far from each other, and you need the high capacity link between these two sites. And if you think about the operational perspective that you can integrate your DVDM part or this tunable part in a line card, it makes things easier. And of course, you save the resources on the fiber side. I mean, if you don't have too many fibers in your possess, or maybe you are renting fibers and you have some kind of a DVDM system on top of it, it might be actually the quite interesting solution to provide the high capacity between the two sites. Yeah, and that's pretty much about it. So I had only a lightning talk, so give me like 10 minutes, and I think I'm pretty much used that already. But these are kind of like developments what we do on Alcatel-Lucent, and yeah, stay tuned. There are some news coming in the short near future.
Thank you, Hannu. Hannu will be here all evening. Hannu will be here all evening, so you can ask him anything you want later as well, during the dinner or in sauna or. Yeah. Okay. So next up, it's our fellow other exchange point operator in Finland, and thanks. Here we are, and this one is a PowerPoint, so hopefully it works better. Yes. There we are. So, do you want to use this or this or this? Tässä on patterit. Tästä on just patterit vaihdettu. Mikä pitäisi toimia?
Noin. Kuuluuko hyvin? Loistavaa. Okay, thank you, Aleksi. My name is Jorma Mellin. I come from the national IXP called Physics, and I'm here about to briefly talk you about our partner program, which is quite new. Aleksi, is there going to be another presentation after me? Yes. Okay, so I hurry on to this one. First of all, a couple of facts about Physics. We are quite old one, founded in 1993 as an agreement-based internet exchange, and after almost a decade of operation, we moved that from the agreement-based to a registered association under the Finnish law. So we have plus 20 years of operational experience. We are membership-based 100%, and we are not for-profit exchange. 3 sites, as you can see here, 2 in the southern parts, in the capital area, 1 in Helsinki, 1 in Espoo, and then the Nordic part in city of Oulu, at northern part of Finland. All the sites are more or less the same, or we would like to keep them at the same in compared of the resiliency services, power feeding, cooling, and site capacity as well. We support 1 gig, 10 gig, and nowadays also one from the start of 2014 also 100 gig interfaces. Sites are not interconnected together, so they work as independent ones. And we are also part of the critical infrastructure in Finland, although we are totally independent from any government issue, but we do close operation with all the main authorities in Finland to develop also the critical services as well as the information society further. The member list, we have as organization as our members. The list currently shows us list. At least this was the list back from last weekend, but not current anymore because we have more actually members now. Came already yesterday, but there you can see that we have all the main telecom providers, mobile operators, and ISPs in Finland. The academic side as well, some companies as well, and then content providers and CDNs as well. So pretty good balance. And now we are also seeing that the public infrastructures are connecting to us as well. So what we have on the other services for the community services, you would say, we have root servers. Every single site that we have carries an internet root server as well. There you can see we have iRoot, KRoot, and JRoot services up and running, and we are expanding those as well. We are in a project of expanding the internet root servers as well. Then we have the country codes of .fi TLD servers, top-level domain servers. Currently in Espoo, in Physics 1, the server is already connected, and we are in a connection planning phase on the second installation of the Finnish root server. And then, of course, the iRoot server that hosts a lot of TLDs as well, including the DataFi as well. For measurement services, we are hosting the RIPE Atlas Anchor probe in Helsinki, and then we use baseline traffic monitoring for all the sites and do all kind of nice things with the statistics that you can see publicly on our website. All our public statistics are what is available from the link from the physics.fi website. The traffic patterns, we have a quite good history about the traffic things from the early days. That is almost sort of like none, because it was a 10 meg hub that we started up. So quite low at that point of time. The 2 points in the history of the internet traffic in Finland are mentionable. Of course, the first one ever it started growing was was in 2004, where there was a broadband boom in Finland on the fixed broadband access. During that time, we did actually grow 3 times the year since 2003. So this was a big spoke, and then steady growth until 2010, when actually it stabled for a while. And we started at Physics sort of a program to get the content online as well, not just the network providers, but more or less reach out to the content providers, and it sort of like paid up. So we have a good growth in 2014, and also this year. This is the high from this year. This is the record number what we have encountered. So more than 60. About 65 gigabits per second is the peak rate. And now we are, if you look at our statistics, we are going a little bit down. That is because we lost one of the big Russian-based providers that carried on a lot of traffic, and because of other reasons than us, because of the global development and their strategy. But now we are in the growth path again because of connecting these new customers, which are quite big ones. So I believe that we will easily reach this number and even go beyond during this year. And we are in a very good place and to handle all traffic. So we have the switches, port speeds, also all our co-location and our own data centers are upgraded to handle the traffic growth. So we are in an excellent, good position to handle that one. So this is our newest one in development. We are still continuing more or less continuing the program to get more content online, also national content as well. And we see that one coming as well. But another program is a Physics Partner program. What is the reselling? It's basically a concept for reselling ports. And we actually, when we thought about this one, this is released or was released in April this year, so it's pretty new thing. We are still doing work on the configurations and the setup, but all the marketing material plus the commercial terms are ready, so we can sign new partners and we already have one agreement of the physics partner in the physics partner agreement program. So the key things is that membership, as physics is a membership-based association, by becoming a reseller, you don't have to apply for membership. It can be any organization, and that is one thing to make it simple, so that there's no membership hassle, no nothing. You don't have to take part of the running of the association or anything. And all the port fees, they follow the standard member port fees, so there's nothing extra for the port fees, because the cost for ourselves is actually the same. So that follows the standard pricing list as well. So it's very simple, very cheap. And for the reseller, we give out free hands to make their own products or include our capacity services, our ports, physics ports to their portfolio. So they are free hands for making any product development and also their own pricing as they wish. Then we have a term called remote members. They are the members that actually are connected to a peering VLAN or the sort of like the customer of the reseller. And what we hope to see from the reseller part, that those resellers offer those customers something else than just a virtual port. Of course, the transport to our IXP, but maybe co-location services, hosting services, some operation services, maybe consulting and etc. things. And what we target here is that we want to make it easy for the content providers and multinational enterprises connect to us and start peering with the other members in the IXPs, establish business in Finland in general, and of course take part of the national traffic exchange. So multinational, maybe even in other countries. So if there's a good reseller that can provide our virtual boards abroad, so we are more than happy about that one. Some more details. So the reseller may become a member. Of course, that's possible. So you can be a member and a reseller at the same time. But you don't have to be a member. You can just be a reseller, and that's about it. But every partner that we connect to the peering VLAN has to be a member. So the membership fees apply to a remote member. So they are registered member. Of course, you don't have to do anything still, but you are registered as a member of us, so that we keep all our members, are they local or remote, so they are just in the same category or same level. So they can take part also to the decision-making process within the association, the remote members. Of course, the reseller can use our physical partner logo and all the other marketing material what we have. They cannot be changed in any way. We publish all the statistics from the reseller ports. Normal member ports you can choose. You can opt out from public statistics. We have a policy of by having default all port statistics are public, but you can opt out if you want to. But in the summaries you are always included. But not on the reseller ports, they are always published. That is because that the end user, the customers can actually see are the pipes full or not, and when choosing a reseller. So we have 10 gig, 100 gig ports are available. 1 gig in theory, yes, but we don't expect that there's not about much business with those, so we didn't enable to the 1 gig ports at this point of time. So what are we doing in a technical setup? That this means MPLS virtual private LAN service, VPLS configuration, that we have to make a configuration change to our switches. And that is now under planning and work to do. At the same time, we need to change the filtering mode when using port security. What is very important in IXP is that you for avoiding loops, so that we don't have an automatic port security, but we more or less have a filtering mode that we have a list of MAC addresses, and your MAC address has to be within the range to get the frames accepted at the IXP side. We already have this one, this working mode at 2 of the sites, and 1 is under work. And statistics for remote members, this is pretty difficult for the switch vendors today to have a VLAN-based statistics that is pulled out from SNMP. Typically does not work. There are a couple of workarounds that are awful. So we are also rebuilding the statistics later this year, most likely to SFlow based, so that we can get all the statistics from one individual remote member as well. And plus we get an IP separation between IPv version 4 and v6 at the same time. So on the to-do list, in short time days, we have a Planet World service window that we do an OS upgrade to the switches and the configuration change to MPLS thing. Pretty straightforward should be, but let's see if there are any clues, because we have to, of course, this one has to be done before that one to make the MAC filters into the place. So, and then to take in the pilot resellers, we have one agreement signed already, and second one is on the process, so coming. So what we need is then a couple of pilot remote customers that we have to make sure that everything works fluently, and the services are okay, and switching works, peering works, and all goes fluently. And we start with Physics 1 in Espoo to make the first one, and then we have when that is done, we have a sort of like assurance period where we monitor the traffic and things like that to see how it works, and then continue with a Helsinki site. Oulu is done if needed. So far there hasn't been any request to Oulu, so that is on priority number 3, I would say, at this point of time. And to give you a diagram how it works, pretty straightforward. Yeah, on the right side we have the IXP switch. We have a trunk connection to a reseller, 10 gig or 100 gig speed, and inside the trunk we just provide VLAN numbers. All the resellers have the same VLAN numbers, so make it easier. And the reseller then connects the VLANs or switches and to the remote member routes, maybe co-located, or the remote member's own equipment anywhere in the world. That is basically the setup. Should be one of the simplest one. Gives you when I compare it to the other reseller programs and other IXPs, this is pretty simple. It gives you a lot of things you can modify by pricing, by doing product development, by doing product combining, doing whatever things, and extremely cheap as well. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yep.
So you said that you already have one reseller agreement.
Yes.
Can you say who it is so people here can call them?
It's a company called FNE.
Right. Okay. Our program also says that FNE is going to give an update on their reseller program, but their people did not sadly make it here today. So instead, we are going to get an update from Nebula, another ISP, which is also a member of Physics,
Yeah.
and they have also similar plans. So, Henry, there we are.
Is there any questions about
Any other
either
questions?
for the physics part or our reseller program? I'm happy to answer anything.
Are you going to stay for dinner and the evening?
Unfortunately not. I have to lead late afternoon for domestic reasons.
So you have to ask your questions now or during the next
We have not. There's not a lot of material on our website yet, but there's on the main page, homepage, there's a link on the left side. There's a link for the Physics Partner logo. If you click on that, you can see and scroll down. You can see you can download our agreement. So the agreement is public and it's downloadable. It also has the pricing, explain it, and things like that. But we have not promoted this one a lot because the technical setup is not yet done yet. So after that one is done, maybe after the summer holiday season, we start to be more active on this one.
And as you said, you want a couple of pilot customers first.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
No browser. Ei niinku saanut sitä tiedostoa. No niin, se oli vaan huono päivä. Okay, so take it away.
Hey, yep, I'm Henry Grönroos and I come from Nebula Oy, which is one of the sponsors here now, and I'm basically talking about possibilities to get, for example, remote connection to physics or TREX via Nebula network services and some other stuff also. So basically, we could offer easily remote peering at physics via current TREX port, where basically the customer would need a private service VLAN per physics location, and we will create the virtual point-to-point connections between the TREX switch and different physics switches. Of course, per virtual point-to-point service, there would be only single MAC address allowed, and those would be totally point-to-point. But of course, the free capacity would be freely configurable and orderable. Other interesting option through TREX port would be to get Nebula Cloud Connect, which is our OpenStack-based cloud service, which Anton will be talking much more also later today. And that connection might be routed or bridged. Private service VLAN per Cloud Connect would be needed, and if it would be bridged, it would be needed one connection per availability zone. And also Nebula can offer remote peering at TREX from anywhere in Nebula network, which has most of the Finland in our all the major economic areas, but mainly capital area: Turku, Tampere, Oulu, and Jyväskylä. And that would be also virtual point-to-point connectivity to peering LAN with only single MAC address allowed per customer, and all traffic would be switched through TREX switch and not inside Nebula network. All services, also Nebula Cloud Connect and Physics Remote Peering, are also available everywhere in Nebula network. So also on the same ports, we can mix and match services in different ports. And we also have very versatile offering of other corporate network options, layer 2, layer 3, or IP transit. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Will you be here all night?
Yep.
Great. So you have plenty of time for questions later as well. Yeah, we will be all night. Confirm. Okay, so we still have some time before the first break. So I'd like to invite one of our sponsors at the front to let people know who he is. So Juniper, please.
Hey, kuuluuko? Hey, how many of you knows Juniper Networks? Do you know Juniper well? This is my 4th year at Juniper, so I don't know either. But what I know, somehow Juniper is related to networking, data centers, cloud services, and that kind of stuff. Maybe you are dealing with these things, right? I have heard some great solutions and numbers and figures. I was thinking that I will not tell you product details and something like that. You will find them easily from internet, juniper.net. And I will be here all night. If you see me, if you have questions or something, please, I don't bite. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. I guess, oh yeah, one thing. A couple of presentations ago, our technical guys assured me that our wireless network now works, but it is IPv6 only. So we will continue to try to get the IPv4 working, but we are using a NAT64 system, which means that even though it's IPv6 only, if your end device supports IPv6, it should be able to use IPv4, the whole IPv4 internet as well. So,
Okay, for those of you who don't have IPv6 compatible devices, just use Techno WLAN. It's a free wireless network available in this room.
thank you. And now let's take a break. And we'll continue according to the program at 1:30, was it? Yeah, 1:30. Okay. Niin, jos joku pomppii tuossa ja se heiluu, niin ei se kyllä osaa. Joo, miettikää te kuulostaa.
Se saattaisi.
Oh. Check.
Se on tuolla ulkona. Mä luulen, että ne ei osaa kryptoa avata. Haluatko sä tämmöistä?
Mieluummin on, mä en musta kädessä pidettävää, se jää kuitenkin jonnekin.
Pidät sä tota vaikka, niin mä voin ujotella tän sulle. Voit sitten hienosäätää sen ja sitten tosta toi menee päälle noin, nyt se pysyy päälle. Ainakin vähän kuvisin.
No.
Okay, so now it's time for the lightning talks. And first up, almost all of our sponsors have introduced themselves, but there's still one more sponsor this year that didn't introduce themselves, and here they are now introducing themselves.
Thank you, Alexi. Welcome everybody. Yeah, I'm Timo Mannonen, coming from company Kikacom. Somebody said there in the lobby that we have to change the name soon Teracom because we are getting behind. But anyway, this is going to be short introduction. We were planning to have an expert from company VSS Monitoring to talk about network package brokers, but unfortunately he was commanded to stay in Scotland because they participated to some sort of Cisco partner event, and VSS Monitoring was rewarded to be some sort of the best partner of the year. But anyway, this is a short introduction of the company. I'm not going into the details of any products. If you want to talk about products in details, I'm very happy. I will be staying here, not until the morning, but let's say later in the evening. So let's move on. What is this Kikacom? Some of you may recognize a company called ACC Systems, very much involved in the transceiver cable assembly business. And we are owned by Swedish stock-listed company AdTech. And we have Kikacom companies in all 4 Nordic countries and then some special operations in Belgium and in UK. All these countries in each country, companies in each country, they are independent legal entities. So we don't have any Kikacom headquarter, Kikacom group CEO whatsoever. Some pictures of some products which will cover mostly the range, cable assemblies, transceivers. As you see, the transceivers are on our own brand. They are made for us, and the factory producing them is not selling with their own brand at all. Only vendors, only OEM customers, and we are OEM customer. It's the same situation with the cable assemblies, sell with their own brand at all. And actually we give a lifetime warranty to our transceivers. But we demand that you are using them as described in the spec sheet, not in sauna or near the pool, of course. Some of the partners, Kikacom has been making a huge changes over the 6 months, moving from a passive cabling system supplier towards the active equipment, active devices. So dynamic design, it's a network planning tool. You can plan physical networks, logical networks. It's a powerful network documentation tool. If someone wants to see, we have a demo server in Stockholm, so we can get a connection there. Bandhacom, it's specialized to WD systems, very simple, efficient. Up there, network VSS Monitoring, which we try to get here to give a speech about package brokers. They are used in cooperation with testing. Huawei, it's our one of the newest partners. We signed an official reseller agreement with Huawei just before Christmas, and now we're moving ahead. So if you have any interest of Huawei switches, access routers, any routers, some security stuff or wireless LAN, we can have a talk after the speeches. Exfo is quite well known in the physical layer testing, fiber optic OTDRs, power meters, optical spectrum analyzers. But they have a very good selection of IP testing. For example, last week we had a small seminar ourselves about 100G testing and challenges in 100G testing, and that was very well received by the audience. Last is the newest one. We have a verbal initial agreement that we start cooperating. Rodan Schwarz. Anyone heard of it? Yeah, one or two. If you've been in the military in special communication, it's one of the rare military, very high level military encryption and communication. But they have brought now their skills of encrypting military communication. They are bringing it now to ICT world. So we will start the reseller for encryptors and new generation firewalls. Don't ask me to open up that yet. I'm not deep enough yet to Rodan Schwarz portfolio. So that was my lightning talk. Thank you. Any questions? Short? None.
During the evening. Black or blue?
Black, of course.
Well, actually you get to be black and blue.
Oh, even better.
Okay. And next up we'll do the raffle. So, oh, there we are. So basically, one of our sponsors, our platinum sponsor, had this competition for the iPad. So we will do the magic now. This one, Antti Oksa. Okay. Do you want to say something?
Well, not a lot. Don't need the mic, I guess. So congratulations with winning the iPad. Okay, you're welcome. There you go. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
And then today we signed an agreement with one ISP who is present, who will join our exchange point, and he's going to introduce their ISP to everyone.
So hello everyone, I'm Jukka-Pekka Laulainen from NetPlaza, and like Aksu said, we are the latest comers in TREX. We just signed the papers, the agreement to join TREX around 2 o'clock today, and Aksu said that I should give a short introduction about our company, because many of you might not know NetPlaza well before. There's 2 or 3 short slides coming, if Aksu can find them out. Yes, I'm going to be brief. Thanks. So, we are a small ISP coming from Oulu. We are not very new. We were founded already in 1996. During the latest years, we have been growing fast, and now we are about 16 employees, and our turnover is in the level of 2 million euros, and we provide services to a bit more than 1,000 enterprise customers, and the amount of subscribers, the end users and the home users, it's over 10,000 at the moment. And the product lines, what we offer, primarily at the moment enterprise network solutions. Then second, which is at the moment the fastest growing one, is the services for regional fiber networks. And then we also provide some hosting services. And partly showing you our geographical presence. The red areas are those where we are present ourselves. Then there's some gray areas that we have a very good offering on those areas, and then this light around Finland is those areas where we can provide connections, but we are not present there ourselves at the moment. And to conclude, we are open for any kind of cooperation proposals. For example, if you want to peer here in TREX or FICIX 2, for example, we could discuss about cooperation in providing metro level connections from our access network to your, or the other way around, or something else. So me and my colleague Jarkko, maybe you can shake your hand. We will be present here until tomorrow, so please come and talk with us if you are interested in anything. Thanks.
Thank you. Don't go anywhere. Come back. Black or blue? Okay. Thank you. Okay, and then there's one last presentation, unless somebody wants to step up. Here we are. So basically, the next thing on the agenda is dinner. I guess most of you are staying for the dinner. Some of you are probably going to go somewhere else for a while and then come back to the sauna upstairs. But the dinner will be basically just straight that way. There's a buffet waiting there. And then, of course, some of you, even if you are staying for the dinner, might want to go and drop off your luggage at the hotel or something, and then come back. So here are the instructions of how you can get back to the sauna. Is it flickering again? So basically, this is the main entrance. Where's the other browser? So this is the main entrance upstairs. Most of you came in via this entrance, and you'll see next to the entrance there is a smaller door, a side door if you will, and next to the side door, this is the side door, there's this small panel, and next, this is the panel, yes, and you'll see that there are a couple of buttons there, and one of the buttons says Kanslerin sauna, which is the sauna upstairs, and Anssi, can you come up here? So basically, this is what you need to push, and a buzzer will sound upstairs, and then somebody who is hopefully not too inebriated will figure it out. But basically, pushing that button before something like 6 o'clock will do nothing, because we'll probably all still be eating. No one will have moved up yet. So there's that. Also, another thing, some of you smoke, I guess. So upstairs, there's a terrace next to the sauna region. You can smoke on the terrace. So you don't have to go outside, downstairs and outside to smoke. You can smoke on the terrace. And then the last thing, a little bit of motivation, because most of you here are engineers who work with the network, and you encounter difficult situations all the time. So I thought this might give you some motivation. Not the ad, but the video itself. But this is longer. What if I think that dog also deserves a bucket. So let's go have some food and then go upstairs for sauna and then all the real fun. Thanks for coming.